Hello, this is Tomasz Rodziński for Tats Plus, and welcome to fifth part of Modeling of Hair. So far we got layers of all the skin ready, and as you can see I painted this while you are away, and we can do one thing in Mari. So select one layer and select cache up to here. So this way Mari will bake all the shaders. It's like flattening an image in Photoshop to gain some memory, and we got Mari more responsive. So we can do it for all channels that have many layers. As you can see, I did it for epidermal subsurface color. It should look like this on your picture. And we can now create veins, as you can see. And veins are an interesting thing to paint because we should use a layer sharing system in Mari to paint on few channels at once. So we will be painting on epidermal subsurface color, and we will be painting on epidermal subsurface max depth. So create one layer, call it, create veins, okay, and create mask stack for this. So select all channels, select all patches, select this greenish color, and fill patches with this. Now it's look like Navi, but when the light will through all the skin shader, it will be nice color. So now take this layer stack, this layer mask, and bring it over there. So now this veins mask should be filled with black. So select all patches and fill with black color. Okay, now the blue color is gone. Remember, this is only the mask. So now this is mask and it's completely black. Okay, now create another layer in the mask, so it will be veins mask. Okay, and we can change view to up to this layer. And now when we change color to white and we paint something, just for now, please press bake, and we select the veins mask. As you can see, we are revealing the veins, the color from below. So we are painting in the layer stack that form mask for this veins layer. You have to try it for yourself because it's a little bit complicated, and with this sharing layer goodness, you can just easily can be overwhelmed. So delete this layer that we should not have and create one right now and called veins mask, and we will be painting these veins for real. Okay, but to see our character, we can create temporal layer, select all patches and fill them with white color, with gray color. So this will be shading will reveal our veins on the surface. So let me see the veins mask, and now activate paint tool with a P and just press F9 to choose this brush and paint. Okay, and press B to bake it. I believe we can do it with this kind of brush. It's not more, it's to bake, and we can just adjust brush settings. So select this kind of brush. Yep. And just adjust profile of this procedural brush. Okay, as you can see, we can just draw on the scratch pad to see how the paint looks like, and I want to have this nice blending between the main color and the surrounding area, so it would mimic this falling down of the veins to the skin surface. Okay, so we need to try to find the best solution. As you can see, you can play around with this different setting, and you can just do your liking. Okay, so I think we are ready to do it. All right, so just a little bit in the middle, and as you can see, we got nice blending. Okay, I believe we got it. So this is very good brush for creating veins. As you can see, we can lower this part up. All right, good. So now when we create this, we can just go to shelf and add plus to create this brush, and let's call this 7. Change name to temp and change to 1 to 7 to display this brush on this F9 menu. So now we can draw veins on the surface. Okay, as you can see, now the veins are blending nicely with the surrounding texture. So we can just start painting all of them. So we need to maybe add a little bit more to here, and we got one vein over there, and that's it. Press B to bake it, and okay, bake, and a little bit more. We can turn off radius of the brush, so our pressure will not change size of the brush, only the alpha. Okay, and we got nice blending, and we can use also blur tool to blur this paint, but I think we can just make it a little bit better. Okay, so go for channels and show the epidermal subsurface color. As you can see, we painted mask, and the mask revealed color of the veins on epidermal subsurface color channel. And now we need to get this information to lower dermal subsurface maximum depth and to upper dermal subsurface color. So now expose epidermal subsurface color in the layer stack. Okay, and we will be sharing layers. So create one layer and call it veins, upper dermal in upper dermal subsurface color, and create mask stack for this, and from this mask stack that you have, okay, you can see we got one mask stack from the subsurface color and another mask stack from upper dermal. So now we can share all these layers. So right click, share layer, and throw it over there. Okay, and select this vein mask, share layer, and drag it over there. So now close, and whatever we do to this veins mask, it will be revealed in all the channels. So now select and we can now turn off temp. Okay, as you can see now the masking is quite visible. And when we go to upper dermal subsurface color, as you can see, we need also this mask. So select all patches for this, and fill it with this blue dark color. And as you can see, now the veins are visible, and the lower they get, the are more saturated. So they darker. And now we can expose epidermal subsurface layers and open mask stack, create shared vein mask, and drag it to the upper dermal subsurface maximum depth channel, and show this channel. As you can see, we got nice veins also here. That is because we want to show the upper dermal layer in this area even more, because it will shine through the surface of the skin. So now we can do it for the lower dermal subsurface column, and we can also cache this layer. So we are on the subsurface max and share layer, and throw it over there. Okay. And also we are on lower dermal subsurface column, and we should just go for the expose upper dermal subsurface column, select this veins upper dermal layer, create another one, and call it veins lower dermal. As before, we need add mask stack. Open this mask stack, pin it, and open this mask stack, and choose veins mask, share this layer and move it over there, and also share this layer and move it to the mask stack and close it. As you can see, mask stacks are a very powerful way of sharing layers, but you have to try it for yourself to fully understand the power of this solution. So now we can see we got select all patches. Remember to be on veins lower dermal layer. Select lighter blue color. Like so. Press OK and go patches fill with foreground. And now, as you can see, we get veins in different color on different layer. As you can see, I'm showing to you once more up to current layer. This is just a mask stack, and it's masking this layer filled with blue. Okay, so now we can select just arm, and go for the diffuse amount and export selected patches. This time we need to export only selected patches, because we want to test if the skin shader is showing veins correctly. So we can export all channels, but only for this patch that is selected. So choose select export selected patches only. Okay, so wait a moment, we will be ready in a second. Export also upper dermal subsurface color, and upper diamond maximum depth. Okay. So back in Modo, we can see that veins are visible through the surface of the skin. So now they are not painted on the first layer of the skin, but they are inside of the skin. So that is good and works that the way we expected. Okay. So you can see with a little bit of color change we can make very natural way of and very realistic skin. And as you can see, the whole skin layer now we need to add some tattoos to our character and just load those Celtic symbols that I have created for you. So select all and just throw it to the image manager. Okay, they are PNGs. And now we are on the epidermal diffuse color. So bring it to the front. And now you can just adjust its size. We got paint through. And press Alt and Shift to move this. And scale this down. And move it just the way you want it. And now we also will be using sharing layer system, so we need to create one layer for this. We need to have this tattoo on subsurface and on the surface of the skin, so create layer called tattoo and color. Okay, add mask stack, open it. And now we can select the tattoo color mask layer, select this patch, okay, and we can just select all patches and fill it with white. Okay, we can create another layer called tattoo mask, and we can add another layer called temp, and fill it with gray to see surface of the model. When we turn it off, it won't be necessary, so I believe we can turn it off. And now select tattoo mask, go for the paint through tool, and now we can just adjust the size of this 3 scale and just paint it. Okay, and press B to bake it. And now clear paint buffer. So as you can see, we got very nice effects. So we can blur edges a little bit, and we can just blur, because the tattoo is never so sharp. And we can just blur. Change. And I believe we can change the brush and just just blow paint and press B to bake it. Okay, now we got bake paint. As you can see, we can blur also the paint that was baked. So now we can blur this a little bit. Okay, some blurring on the edges. And that's it. We can continue to blurring this. That is why, because this paint will be also visible in subsurface, and this will give you an impression that tattoo is inside of the skin, not only on the surface of the skin, just like paint, but also it is old tattoo that has blended through the skin to the lower parts of it. So now we need to blur edges and press B to bake this blur. And when we're happy with this, we can show the epidermal diffuse color, but we cannot see anything right now, not just yet, because we need to select all patches and fill it with blue color. And all our work is gone because we need to add invert mask. So invert filter. I'm sorry. So now mask is inverted, and we can see our tattoo on the skin. So this tattoo color, this layer is filled with black color, and we were painting on this layer mask stack. So as you can see, now we got very nice tattoo, and we need to copy this information to the epidermal subsurface color and expose layers of this channel and expose layers of diffuse color. So now we can just create another layer called tattoo SSS color, because this color should be different. Add mask stack, open this mask stack. Okay, as you can see, now we are borrowing this all mask stack from diffuse color to subsurface color. So share also this and add filter invert. And as you can see, now select tattoo subsurface color, and we cannot see anything, not yet. So select all patches and we need to fill it with light blue color. Fill patches, fill foreground color. And this way you can have this blending of tattoo over the old skin, but we change color to something slightly darker. Okay, so go for the patches, fill and fill the foreground, and this will mimic old tattoo that is blended in skin. So we can add something more to this. So now expose layers of mask and add another layer and call it blur. In real life, when the tattoo gets old, it spills over the skin while the skin is growing. So now you can select brush. This is this strange pattern, and you can spill over this ink in the skin, just like it would spill and in the sponge, so it would have blurred edges all over its contours. So now just paint. As you can see, we are painting a mask, not in the right layer, we're just exposing the color information, and now we can just bake this. And I believe we should do it the same for this part. Just paint. And press B to bake it. And we can go for the diffuse color. And it is much sharper there, so we can expose its tattoo color. Open mask stack, add blur layer, and we can change color to something black, something white, something black, and we can just paint. So with a white color we can destroy hard edges, so it would look like it was made by human hand by placing dots, so the edges should not be so geometric and perfect. And we can just make this tattoo color look different on the edges, so we can just make this tattoo look older. Okay, so press B to bake it, of course. And select all patches that were painted. Okay, and now select epidermal diffuse color and export current channels and export selected patches only. Okay, this will be quicker way. Press OK. And select also epidermal diffuse color and press export flatten and only the layers. So as you can see, now I'm showing you in speed mode all the maps that were created. So this is diffuse amount layer, this is diffuse color with all the tattoos, and as you can see, and this is diffuse roughness, this is epidermal subsurface color, this is subsurface maximum depth, lower dermal color, lower dermal maximum depth. As you can see, there are many layers that will contribute to skin shader, and creating of all those maps takes some time, so I will just show you how they should look like in the end. Of course, you can download the ready files so you can inspect it for yourself. As you can see in Modo, this shading effect looks like this. We got nice tattoos with a little blue coloration, so they are old. As you can see, we get pretty convincing results with the skin and shading. And while I was painting, I did one thing wrong. We should change this material to skin material, because skin shader in Modo 8.1 cannot be masked, so we need to select all those polygons using statistics and press M and choose skin material and press OK. Wait for Modo to calculate. And as you can see, we got painted in the skin layer all those colorful hooves. We don't need this material anymore. And now it is good time to create cloth. To start this, we can use a preset material that comes with Modo 81. So now I'm just showing you how it should look like, and go for the go to preset browser, go for the materials, and you can see it will be under the fabric. Just turn on material in the skin shader, not to clutter preview, and go for the beige cotton, and we can see that we have placed beige cotton on this. Okay. And it's got two bump and diffuse color, and we can just lower this diffuse amount to 16%, and we can now recreate those bump and diffuse color map in Mari. So we can see how it would look like, and it's quite good, but we can paint in Mari our own map. So delete this because they are too low resolution for close-ups, so we need to create our own. So now let's just give preview some room to show us and select both. Cut this. Now back in Mari, expose cloth that we have. It's got two channels, cloth bump and cloth diffuse. Load image of fabric that you have in a folder, and now just navigate in your UV viewport and just move this image just over there and paint. Okay, so now paint. The image is not stylable, but we don't care that much about it. So press B to bake it, and now we can adjust the size of this over here. So just move it and just paint this. Oops. And again, you can rotate, paint. Okay, we can paint it also over here and over there also. Okay, and we can just paint with this kind of brush. Now bake all those information down and move to another patch and press B to bake it. Okay, clear paint buffer. As you can see, we got nice texture. Show shaders, add BRDF shader, choose lower the specular down and choose for bump, clove bump, and as you can see we need to share layer, so expose to channels and share layer. Okay, and as we can see, go for the BRDF, and now we can just adjust bump size just a bit to show this effect. And I think it is quite good, so we need to lower the saturation down of this map, so it will just help us to create billable effect. Okay. And now we can add stains. So this is done by adding new layer. Just take some dark color, dark brown, and now you can paint dirt over the cloth. Okay, so as you can see, I'm staining this cloth with different stains that are provided with Mari. And as you can see, I go for the speed up mode just to quickly show you how it was done. And just paint, single, that's one at a time. You can rotate this brush to give some variation to the stains. So now rotate whole object and just dirt, and add dirt to this other side of cloth. So change brush to something more stain and add some yellowish colors. So create another layer and just change its hue and just stain with a different color of stains. So as you can see, now few yellow stains could bring up more interest to this cloth. And we can add another layer, and we can go for the darker color, and we can just add some serious dirt, almost black, but with a different brush. Okay, and now just paint this and press bake, and also over here, so we can just add some serious dirt. After all, he's spending all his time in the woods, so now we can get this nice oily brush and we can just stain a little bit. So create another layer and add some dirt with a very brave brush strokes. As you can see, now we are going to and now as you can see, I'm painting this stains in face mode. You can just select all this and just press H to hide it, and paint also some stains over there, and bake this. And just a little bit, and just paint. Okay, so now unhide everything. And now you can see that we got this almost everything ready. So play around with the multiply settings of the layer, and now you can export all channels, flatten, boom, bump also, and we can delete those two layers that was bring with actual shader, delete them, and select material, add layer, and choose Udim's, and press OK, and we got Cloth Diffuse imported. So now bring this layer to page custom material, and now image map and image items. So select both, cloth bump, and bring it to the shader. Okay, and now change its effect to bump. It should be under surface shading bump. And wait for Modo to recalculate this. You can change bump altitude to 1 mm and displacement distance to 0. And when the preview updates, you can see that Hearn is dressed in heavily dirt cloth. Okay, and we can change base diffuse, color, and diffuse amount to 70%. Of course, you can play around with this material, but I think we should stick to this very simple shader setup because we will be creating more complex look later on, and we can do it in post in Photoshop. So now it will do. So okay, we got some black areas, and that's because we got some overlapping geometry. So go to the edge mode, select edges that are overlapping, and bring them a little bit back so they won't be visible. So now we have this material ready. As you can see, we got Hearn all covered. Of course, you can play around with materials for the strap and earring and stone, but now we can finish off Hearn with adding some fur hair to it. So we can go for the skin shader, create group, okay, drag above the skin shader, change its type to selection set, and scope to fur. This way we can grow beard in our character. So now we got empty polygon tag and we need to create one. So turn off this temporal material to have preview more responsive, and to hide this skin material for now. Okay, preview updates, and now we can begin creating facial hair. Select Hearn, go to polygon mode, go to right view and select those polygons that are on the face of character. And see it in perspective, so select all those polygons by painting selection. Okay, and I believe we needed all those polygons also here and also over there. And we're good. So now go to select, assign selection set, and call it fur, and press OK. And now we can change polygon tag to fur, so it will be visible to all those polygons tagged with the fur tag. And now we need to bring map for that. So I think that Hern should have hair just below this baseline. So add layer, processing, custom materials, and go for the material, and let's turn display density to 0, spacing, and now the fur is too long. We can change its spacing to 1.5 millimeters, and with it to 20%. View first recurring you should turn off. And now Modo will have to think for a while. Okay, so far so good. Long time since last shave, and now we can adjust fur parameters. So go for the bend amplitude and go for the 80%, so the fur will lay down over the surface. Wait for preview to update. And add a layer, material. This will be used by the fur shader, and drag it below the fur material, and it will give color information. So now it is gray, so wait for preview to update. Okay, we can go for weight maps and create fur density weight map. This way it will modulate how close together are individual fibers. So this will give you opportunity to create many different furs for hair, for legs, for arms. So now select all those polygons with the symmetry turned on. As you can see, and we can bring this fur length map that I painted earlier in Mari. So as you can see, the fur on the legs is the longest, on the face is short and full of dots, and on the arms it should be half the size of this fur on the legs. So white color determine that in this area's fur will be 100%, and black color determine that there will be no fur at all. So as you can see, I've got in upper demo, so max depth, I've got one layer that I need to share with full length layer. So as you can see, I'm exposing layer stack. So I'm just shared this layer, and this is layer of the hooves, because there should be no fur at all in this area. Okay, so now export this full length bitmap. Okay, this channel, and export all patches. And as you can see, we will be getting different length of fur along its body. We need to create fur color texture, and I did it before. So as you can see, I just painted roughly color of animal, so it should be something like this, or deer, and it is brownish, so and it is very low resolution map, so I think we can just see it from the side, and we can paint also brownish color to this layer, and we can add it and call face, and we should just sample color from this layer or from the image. So we can just zoom out, zoom in, and choose this brown orange color, or maybe this one. And we can paint that in. So choose nice brush, with a color variation, change production to true, and paint both sides of face at the same time. Don't worry about being very specific in this painting, because it needs to be only the color of the fur. So now choose some dots and add variation, but make it even darker. Add another layer, change its name to black, and paint some dots. This way each fiber will get its own color, and we will have some small variations. And now we can change behavior to projection type to front. Okay, export this for color channel, and export this. Mario will warn us. And also you need to export full length channel. Okay, and export all patches. Now in Modo, add layer, processing, add layer, image map, load UDIMs, and choose for color. Okay, so we need to go down, and we need to grab all these maps. Okay, for color, press open, and now it's on the top of the stack, so bring this to this for group. Okay, and now it is set to diffuse color. wait for preview to update. Alright, we got some very nice variation between brownish and darker, almost black color. Okay, but we need to add another layer. So remember to select anything other than diffuse on bitmap, because Modo will be mistaken and it will import the same image twice. So remember to select all material or group, change this layer effect to for length, alright, and bring it to the fur group. Okay, and wait for preview to update. As you can see, there were some white and gray spots, and where the spots were white, the fur will have 100% of its length, and where the dots are gray, it will have a small value, and where it is black, fur will not grow anymore. So as you can see now, hair looks like it should. So long time no shave, just 5 or 6 days without shaving. Okay. And we can adjust width of this individual fibers to be even smaller. Okay, and wait for preview to update. And as you can see, now we're getting this nice real feel of facial hair of the character. So now we can rub the preview to speed up rendering under the mouse. That's why I am rubbing preview window. Okay, I believe we can make it 15%. And now we can adjust fur on the hands. So now, with the symmetry turned on, select polygons that you want to have fur, select all arms, and go for the select, assign selection set, and choose fur. Okay, and now the fur will grow from these polygons tagged with fur tag, but the length of the fur will be dictated by the bitmap that we imported from Mari. So where there is black, there will be no fur, and where there is pure white, the fur will be the longest, and all the shades of gray between the fur will have different size. Okay, now you can see it is longer on the forearm, and there is no fur at the bottom side of the forearm. The same goes for the legs. So now I have one half of the leg tagged with this tag. So now select all polygons of the legs. So go to select, assign selection set, and add this fur selection set, and wait for preview to update because there is a lot of fur. Okay, how to save is turned on. So now we need to wait until the fur will grow. Okay, it's starting to growing, and we got a problem because the length of the fur is just right, because human tends to have the longest hair on the upper part of legs, but we need to change the density of the fur. That is why we will use fur density weight map. Alright, as you can see, it is pretty dense. And go to the front view with a fur density weight map selected. Then on fall off, press F2 to bring Modo tools. Okay, as you can see right now. And draw fall off on the screen. Now move it one side of the fall off, just like me. Okay, and we can turn it off and change view type to vertex map. And that is why we can see what we will be doing to this fur density weight map. And now press Shift W to activate weight map tool. And press on the screen. As you can see, now we got 100% on the end of the fall off and 0% of the other end of the fall off. So now we can just adjust this fall off type to our liking. As you can see, where the weight map and density map is have value of 0, the fur will grow very scattered, and we need to choose this density map for the fur density and wait for preview to update. With this heavy geometry and this much hair, it could easily be difficult for Modo to calculate this on the preview, so you have to be patient with this. And it is okay. So as you can see now, fur is scattered on the upper part of legs, and towards the bottom side the fur is more denser. So as you can see, it is pretty convincing stuff, so we got pretty realistic results. Okay, and we can refine this a little bit. So create another fall off, this time reverse. Okay, and we can change its shape to linear. Okay, we can adjust position of end. Cut this. And now go for the vertex map, weight tool, and press on the screen to activate it. And now you can change settings of this fur and normalized steps, so no value will be higher than 100, and we can lower this to 50%. Wait for preview to update, and now, as you can see, we got much more even distribution of the hair, and we can color the lower part of the legs with 100 weight map, with 100% weight map, so the fur will grow more in this area. So now, as you can see, we got even nicer results. Alright. And now we can take this end of fall off and over here. Okay. And go for the vertex map, weight tool, and go for additive and press 100. And this way, the start of the fall off will have 100% and end of the fall off will have 0 impact, but when it's set to additive, it will not override this values that we implemented before, but it will be added on top of this. So now the lower part of the hair and legs is 100% of the fur density. So now we can wait for preview to update. As you can see, now we got nice effect of fur on the legs. So we can wrap the preview to see it more clearly. Let's take care of the hands. So far, you cannot see hand anymore. So go for the right view and choose polygons that you tagged with fur, okay, and deselect all those polygons that are below the head. So deselect arm and legs, and now activate weight tool. Go to the vertex map and activate weight tool, press 100% and press on the screen. And now the fur should grow in this area. Okay, now the preview updates. As you can see, now we got facial hair back, Okay, and now let's deal with the hands. So select upper part of the hands. In perspective view, you can deselect some. We can select some polygons. And we need to do it for all arms. And go to vertex map, weight tool, and press on the screen. And now change the weight value to something lower. And as you can see, we need to paint some more full length on the hands. So now paint on this part of the hand, and we need to paint also on this end of the hand. Turn on masking, so the bake will be clear. And now we should have longest hair on this very upper part of the hand and arm. So now press B to bake it. Okay, and now we can select this patch and go quick copy, select this patch and go for the quick paste and transform, flip, and we should select layer that we want to flip it, so transform, flip horizontal, and now we got symmetrical hands with the longer full length. So export this channel flattened, and I believe we can change for color a little bit. So now navigate to the face area and take black color, activate, change projection type to through, and now let's paint this face to be darker, way much darker. Okay, so now let's paint this. Paint. This way we will have difference between facial hair and the hair that hen have on its arms and legs. So we can turn off front projection, export current channel flattened, and press OK, and that's it. Go back to Modo. wait for preview to update. As you can see, there is no change on the legs, but on the arms, fur looks much more realistic, and on the facial hair, also the darker color suits me better. So now, I think we got this character ready. And as you can see, we got pretty decent result just by painting textures in Mari and using skin shader and Modo. So we can mimic materials to mimic hooves, to add skin, fur and hair. As you can see, we got pretty realistic results as far as I'm concerned about tattoos. So it is quite fun to do it human characters and Mari and Modo. And let's see in a closer look how this hand character looks like. So I'm just rubbing the preview to show you the better version of Hearn. As you can see, we got nice bumps effect and transition between light, between different part of the skin using subsurface scattering. So thank you for this part, and I hope you will enjoy painting and Modo and Mari. So join me next time when we will be rigging this character for still render using HDRI lights. Thank you.